Let's try this again.
Thank you for calling 21. To continue in English, please press 1. Para continuar en español, please enter the 5-digit zip code where you are currently located. If you do not know, for information on COVID-19, the flu, RSV, or Mpox, please press. Please hold for the next available specialist. Info strives to improve our services through community feedback. We would like to ask you a short 5-question survey after you have finished speaking with our staff. Would you be willing to receive a quick automated call from 211 Info after this call? Thank you for calling 211 Info. This is Tammy. How can I help you?
My name is Sean Schwartz, and I'm being abused by law enforcement and every service in Tillamook. Prior to them changing their minds about what the law is, they don't get to do that. Now, I've been on the phone for 11 months because officers here won't do their jobs. They won't do it anywhere in America for a homeless man. I'm disabled whether I'm homeless or not, and I shouldn't have been forced into homelessness by bad cops. Just because they don't want to do their jobs doesn't mean that it's okay. They have to do their jobs. All mandated reporters do. When somebody's an at-risk and disabled adult, you don't get to just go, oh, well, he's a male, so it's okay to harm him. But that's how I'm treated. None of these services help disabled people. They're all set up to either to help junkies or to help women who are taking advantage of people. And that's not okay. It's not okay that I am victimized repeatedly and can't take care of myself. And I'm still forced to jump through a bunch of hoops that without help cannot be accomplished. You can't help me by sending me back to my predators again. Now the cops here, I've been trying to turn them in since I got here. They won't help me. They'll only help my predators. And that's how it realistically is when you're a homeless male. I've tried time and time again to get mandated reporters to do their jobs. They won't do it. 211, just day before yesterday, were the first people to actually try doing their jobs as mandated reporters. Of course, by that time, every service here had already committed felonies against me, and I'm literally being sent back to the places that committed felonies against me to try to turn them into themselves. This is illegal as fuck. Then I get to deal with the fact that we're dealing with screeners. We don't get to talk to actual people. We get to talk to screeners. They're not even professionals. All right? If I have to go to another jurisdiction to turn it in, I am allowed to. But they won't let me because I'm not allowed to finish the paperwork or even get the paperwork started. My first 4 months here of abuse, nonstop, the police would not allow me the option of making a written report. They wouldn't allow me that option. All they do is tell me that I tell them what happened and they'll write it down, but they didn't write it down.
Yeah. So my database is actually not wanting to load this morning, so would you like me to transfer you to another 211 representative?
Sure.
Okay, give me just one moment.
My name is Giovanni. How can I help you?
I gotta turn in a bunch of crimes that were committed against me in the last 7 years. I have no help. Everywhere that I go, I get bullied by law enforcement, and that's not friggin' okay. I'm stuck in public and I can't function. And instead of getting assistance, I'm blown off and sent around in circles. Nobody actually helps me.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that's been going on. 211 Info is an information and referral service, so I can definitely point you in the direction of where you can get some help.
No, you can't. You are mandated reporters. You are mandated reporters.
Yes, and what can I report for you? Is there some kind of abuse going on, or what's going on?
There's a lot of abuse. One of the major issues that I'm dealing with is law enforcement changing the rules whenever they want. I've been harassed repeatedly by law enforcement. I have been called the N-word I don't know how many times just in the last 3 weeks. People are highly homophobic here. They're very hateful people. The problem that I've got is that the police are crooked here. I busted them being crooked, but instead of them doing their jobs, well, I've got to jump around in circles calling one place to another. They're fleecing the American public. They're taking money for this, and none of these places are going to investigate their friends. It's not okay to force me to try to turn in Tillamook anything to Tillamook.
Okay, sounds like you need some kind of legal assistance for that. I don't think that's something that I can report. I report elder abuse or child abuse.
I'm a disabled adult. I am a disabled adult in an at-risk situation. So yes, it is your job to turn it in. I'm an at-risk adult who can't take care of himself. I get a check and everything.
Okay, what is your zip code?
I'm in Tillamook. I don't know the zip code, but it's not safe to turn it into Tillamook.
Okay.
When I first got here, I was being stalked by a guy from Hood River. And when I first got here, there was a lady named Molly who also started stalking me and a guy named Tom. Within a month of being here, there was a guy here who is, well, he's been stalking a lot of people in town. His name is Robert Farnsworth. Now, I've gone to the police about these situations. I get bullied into moving everywhere that I go. This is not okay. It's not okay to deny a human being all of their rights. And police do this to the homeless every single day, especially homeless men. It's not okay for people to keep pawning me off on someone else, saying it's not their job. Now, the police here, I was told that I had to go to their police chief. The police chief was Ray Rao. They spent literally 9 months playing head games so that I literally could not turn in the officers who committed crimes against me, or anyone else for that matter, because the cops are just going to talk over me. That's not appropriate. It's also not appropriate for officers like Lothman to go running around pretending like I'm a child molester because he got busted. This is not okay. That shit gets people killed. They are attempting to get me killed by spreading this slander. And that's not okay either. Now, I was told by Officer Harrell, that I needed to go to another jurisdiction and that I needed to turn it into state troopers. But state troopers won't do anything until the police department signs off on it. Meanwhile, they're not going to, because their police chief just got arrested like less than 2 weeks ago. The guy that they have now is an interim sheriff, and he's been an interim sheriff since March or May, and literally they won't do anything because he's an interim sheriff. So their whole idea of helping me is to send me around to a bunch of services that tell me that it's not their job and try to push me into moving elsewhere. This needs to stop.
Okay, so give me 1 second here. We need to follow a procedure here. So before we can go ahead and report this elder abuse or disability abuse, I need to ask you if you're currently in danger at this moment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we need to call 911, okay?
We can't call 911. They're the ones that I'm in danger from. Them and the local community,
Okay.
because law enforcement didn't want to do their jobs and still doesn't. They bully me for trying. They bully all homeless people for trying. They lie to us and send us around in circles. They won't do their jobs for a homeless man.
Okay. So you're currently in danger right now. Are you in fear of your life? Are you
Yes,
about to
sir.
be
The police here
in
killed a man.
danger?
The police here killed a man just last week and then gloated at me immediately afterwards. I do have to be afraid. I've been trying to
Okay.
turn this in since I got here. I had to be afraid in Hood River, too. The way that the homeless people are treated in the United States is horrible.
Okay, thank you for responding to that question. So give me 1 second here. I do need to contact someone real quick, okay?
Yes,
One
sir.
moment, please. Thank you for holding. I do have here a 911 dispatch specialist. She said you were in danger. She's going to go ahead and assess your situation, okay? Thank you for calling 211.
Hi, are you there?
Yeah,
What's your name?
my name is Sean Schwartz.
Where are you at?
I'm in a place called Tillamook.
Okay, I am too.
I gotta turn in police officers here. They've been abusing me since I got here. The
Okay.
local police chief has been arrested. I tried turning him in and some of the other deputies all the way last year. I've been stalked from one end of the country to the other, all because Natalie Bollinger got her brains blown out, and since she asked somebody to do it, it got real popular on the internet. I can't stop the abuse.
I don't know who that is.
She's somebody who got famous for getting her brains blown out, is who she is. She was killed by a guy named Joseph Michael Lopez. I was trying to get a protection order against her and her friends before she died. But instead of getting help doing that, I was sent to therapy over and over and over again and told that the therapists were supposed to help. Well, they didn't try. I explained over and over again that I'm going to them because they're mandated reporters, and all they do is argue with me and have me come back next week to fill out more housing paperwork. I did get housing, but I was victimized out of it. I'm not allowed to defend myself. There's a lot of evidence that shows that police officers lied and that the Bollingers lied, and no matter what, because I was never allowed any sort of representation, just getting bullied over and over again. I've never been allowed to turn in a single crime against me. That worked. They hung up on me. Fuck it. We used to that? Yeah, we are. How many missed calls, or how many disconnected calls have we had? What are the chances they're going to say it was just disconnected? Huh? They're pretty friggin' good. So every time I call one of these places, I have to start over from scratch. For them to send me around in circles to a bunch of other people, every one of them wanting it to be done in 15 minutes or less. And then it's about answering their questions. It's not about actually listening to the victim. Then, of course, I have to worry about being retaliated against for trying to turn in the police, which obviously their 911 dispatch is totally down with that. I guess we ought to relocate to somewhere else, right? Ain't no fucking safe place to goddamn be. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. This is fucking horse shit. Fuck this goddamn country. You know why we have a shortage of public defenders in this country? Because they can't fucking win. The police, most of the people they arrest are homeless. Most of the people who are incarcerated are homeless. A homeless person has a 346 to 1 chance of being arrested and incarcerated over somebody who is in housing, over somebody who has some sort of housing. I don't mean government housing, I mean any housing. In the United States, you will literally be physically tortured, depending on the type of slander. You will never be allowed to defend yourself. Ever. Don't become homeless. Oh wait, it's not a choice, is it? You just pretend it is. See, what all these predators did was choose somebody that nobody cares. That includes law enforcement. You get to hear dispatch playing fucking retarded and hanging up. Fuck dispatch. They're not gonna let me turn in these pieces of shit. On the bright side, it's fucking early enough that I can go to Lillian A. Goodspeed. They'll be open. Maybe I get lucky and some of them druggies have been hanging out down there and caught wind that, yeah, they're recorded and on my fucking channel doing drugs at that fucking kids park. When you want me to trust the police, you keep in mind that all cops are liars. All of them. You will never find a police officer who is not a fucking liar. And that's the problem. That's why it needs to be recorded. And that's why we need a friend or fucking family member to help. What did my friends and family members want to do? They wanted to make empty promises but not follow through. And when they didn't follow through, they treated me like shit. And then they didn't like getting treated that way back. Oh, imagine that. Imagine that. fucking A. See how much battery we got. 48%. That's quite a bit, right? Not really. It disappears quick and it eats up a lot of gas. How much money do you think I wasted on gas just to try to stay warm in this motherfucker before my heater went out? How much money do you think I spent in this motherfucker on gas just to keep my fucking phone charged? Here's the thing. No matter what it is that you did for me, if you didn't come forward with me to the courts, you didn't do shit. These people all play fucking stupid. They should know what the fucking protocols are. Instead of fucking lying to us. Instead of sending us around on this magic goddamn guessing game. It's fucking bullshit. I'm denied basic rights and basic resources. Do you try to understand that? You also get to hear how these mandated reporters want to pretend that it's just for children and the elderly. It's not. The most likely to be people to be taken advantage of in this fucking country are adult men. And of those, the most likely are homeless men. Because everyone knows they don't have the money for a real fucking lawyer. What's the body count now? How many of y'all been paying attention? How many of my friends are dead now because the cops wouldn't do their fucking jobs? Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. Fuck it. I'm gonna charge up my phone's a bit. The other one's at 43%. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it.